Hey, well, I've been hesitating to make this video for some time, but it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Before we get into it, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. You might like what we're actually doing. Okay, so let's get started. I keep seeing all these videos of what's happening in Australia, and somebody asked me, they told me that the Canadians were starting to watch me. Thank you, Canada. You guys have your own problems up there. But the Australians are having a really hard time. And I didn't want to speak out of turn, but it's really starting to get bad. And I think Americans need to pay attention to this because, you know, the tinfoil hatters, they'll say, oh, this is the staging ground. This is where they're going to start it. The Great Reset, the New World Order, the Purge. I mean, they'll just put all sorts of labels on it. But basically, it is the overreaction of a government over something that is absolutely ridiculous. Right now, less than 50% of the people in Australia have taken the shot. This is a problem. This is a problem for a country that wants to be seen as, you know, equal in the world. Let's get in line with the followers. That's what's happening. Well, the problem is that people often forget their histories. So I'm going to read a little bit of it to you real quick. See if this sounds familiar. The revolution started when people began protesting over soldiers being sent to die in a war. Following a series of riots and protests, which were becoming increasingly violent, I'm reading because I'm taking words out of it. A well-known man made a speech during a protest and was shot by a soldier. The military had been called in to restore public order. He still survived. Still, the protesters were increasingly angry at what happened. They turned on the soldiers, wrestling them to the ground, wrestling their weapons away from them, attacked them with stones and sticks and the soldiers' own rifles and bayonets. This peaceful protest erupted into an urban battle, leading to a revolution which sparked revolutions. That was the beginning of Australia. And it happened in the 1900s. Australia is not a very old country. I mean, well, on the world stage, neither is America. But we're older than they are. And obviously, the biggest reason people are going to be like, and you know why? Well, yeah, because of the Second Amendment. Yeah, because the government knows that they're just dumb enough. But the government also knows they're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing no matter what we think. But back on point. To my friends in Australia, if you get this message, there are more of you than there are of them. Let that sink in. I'm not telling you to go do anything stupid. I'm telling you that if you pay attention, there are more of you than there are of them. In every single video that I watched, it was either a massive crowd control unit or no less than a 6-man team. Excuse me. So if you go out with your friends in more than 6 people, they'll leave you alone. And then when they're dumb enough to go after you, you call your buddies. Now, I watched the video, and I'm going to be playing some videos up here in the corner here, and I'm going to make this video big so that you can see exactly what is going through these police officers' heads. In America, it's called back in the blue. We trust our cops, and we know that 99% of them are good people. But what I'm seeing in Australia, this is a problem. Police officers are being forced to choose between what is right and feeding their family. I may have actually come out wrong. What is wrong or feeding their family. I'm going to play that video right now so it sinks in for you. Now, at the end of that video, it's just going to fade to black because I really don't have much else to say other than, America, you better wake up too. Because you know they're going to try this stuff sooner or later. Sooner or later, they're going to try and do this. And we all know American cops are going to be like, go away. Our sheriffs have already proven that over and over, which is why it won't work here. But they're dumb enough to try it. Back to my friends in Australia, especially the police, you might want to be paying attention to this video, because your boy just ratted you all out. To my friends in Australia, there are more of you than there are of them. You don't have to take it. You don't have to hurt anybody, but you don't have to take it. And it's time you remember that. Okay, till next time, stay safe, have a great day, no boop, and just this video right here.
What sort of gun is that? If you've had enough of much as us, why are you still enforcing it, boys?
You have to.
No, you don't have to.
This is what, listen, we're not here to argue with you unless go home. Otherwise, they start issuing tickets.
Bro.
We don't want to do it, but we will do it, right?
Well, if you don't want to do it, don't do
home.
it. Stand up for what you believe in rather than paycheck.
Just go home, alright? We get paid to do this, mate. I'm just as over this fucking protest as you are. By protest, I mean lockdown, alright?
Fair enough,
unfortunately,
man, fair enough.
I've got to do what I've got to do. And
You
that's why I'm
don't
here
have
trying
to
to
do
talk
that.
to you.
You don't have to do that. You're choosing to do it for
I'm
a
not
paycheck.
skilled to do anything else, mate. So unfortunately,
Mate,
at this time of my life, that's what I have to
and
do.
the people of us that aren't skilled, we don't get paid. We're not getting food at the moment.
I hear you, mate. My wife's in the same position. She's out of a job at the moment as well. I understand you've been pissed off about it, but there's a way to go about it, that's all. And unfortunately,
I feel
punching on with coppers isn't it, mate.
I respect that. And I feel like it's like an animal's backed into a corner. We don't want anything. We don't want to attack. We don't want any of this.
You might not, mate.
Keep pushing us, and that's where we're all at. We don't want to do this, but we're having to do this because we cannot see our families. People are killing themselves. None of this has to do with health. What health has to do with is exercise, fruit in the sun, not injections. Okay? Mental health affects physical health. You're locking us indoors. People are killing themselves. It's not to do with health.
I don't have time to get that debate about it.
I know, because you need a paycheck. It doesn't matter what I say, because you're getting paid at the end of the day and you've got guns.
Look, at the end of the day, I agree with you.
Then why are you standing on this side and not with us?
Because that's what I get paid to do.
So you agree with me, but you get paid to do that, so you stand on that side.
Why I'm trying to talk to you the way I'm talking to you, as opposed
Exactly,
to...
because it's not, you're doing what you're getting paid to do, not what you stand in, and that's why I disrespect you.
That's fine, and I'm still asking you to go home, please.
Yeah, get your paycheck so you and your wife can eat. We won't, but you can eat, so...
We're not going home, we're just walking?
I know, we're not going home, we're not listening to your orders anymore.
I'm just letting you know, we come back again, you're all going to be arrested.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. We don't, if you can't tell, we're not afraid anymore.